everyone. Today I have another card kit to share. 10 cards, 1 kit with the Spellbinders June 2020 card kit. So here's the sheet that comes with the kit, and let's just dive right into card number 1. So this is the paper pad that comes with the kit, from which I chose my background papers. I've cut a panel out of this beautiful floral paper, and I loved this paper right away. And this panel is just slightly smaller than the standard card base. The card bases come in the kit, so that I wanted the floral paper to shine for this card. Here are the die cuts that come in the kit. I mean the dies, not die cuts. From which I have cut several flowers, and then I used my die, this hello die I just showed. That's in my stash, and I cut the hello from that. And then some foliage, and then the rest of the stuff comes from the die kit. So this outline flower here, and I cut it all in white so that the background paper would be what shines through, and then they'd have the simple white element. So I'm going to arrange these die cuts on the card, and you'll see from that leaf die it didn't cut the full die, but that I was okay with that because I was going to tuck it under anyway. Same thing with one of these other foliage. This one I'm gluing right here. It didn't cut the end, but I'm tucking it under, so no worries there. I was going to use it anyway. And then I had cut 2 of each of the leaf foliage elements. And what I've done here is these other 3 that I've already stuck down, I've done flat, and you see the center of that flower I've used mounting tape, and then this flower I used mounting tape, so that I have some things that are coming out dimension on the card and others that are recessing. And then the center of, I guess I'm going to take this smaller flower here and lay that flat, and I'm doing it kind of out of order there. And then the foliage, I think I laid all flat. But the center of that smaller flower, you'll see, will also have some mounting tape on it so that it will be dimensional. So I've got the center of the largest flower is mounted, then the medium-sized flower is mounted, and then the center of the smaller flower is mounted on mounting tape, dimensional. Here is the center of the medium flower that I'm sticking right through the middle and using my little pick to adhere it down because it is lower than the mounted die cut there. And then I'm showing you the mounting tape there for the center of the smallest flower there. And for the hello, I cut it out 3 times and glued it together to give it a little bit of dimension. Easier than trying to cut the mounting tape into the tiny size it would need to be to lift that up. And then I'm going to place that up here on the top, and that is the end of card 1. And I really like how that turned out, so have a look closer up here as I try to get it really moving it around there. But there we go. And card number 2, I loved this medallion print paper that comes in the kit, and I used a die cut panel to cut out part of that image there, I believe. Let's see, I'm going to lay it down here and see. I think it's just it's that same die that's just smaller than just smaller than the card front. That way it has that little white border. And inside the die cuts set, these 2 scraps right here, let me show those first. So I used the stamp set. I stamped out hooray on a scrap of this pretty speckled gold paper, and then I used the scrap of the white with the gold diamond pattern, and I cut the tails into little banners. So I'm going to put this white diamond paper down towards the bottom, but not all the way down. You'll see why later. And I like to lay things out before I glue them down. So you saw me put the tape on, but I'm not sticking it down yet because I want to figure out where I want these medallions. These are the medallions that came in the die cut set, and there's 2 of each die cut that you get, and there were 3 different colors of the medallion. So the pink and the yellow I'm layering flat, and then I'm going to take this beautiful blue turquoise colored one and mount it up, kind of overlapping both of those. Now I take the tape off because I'm confident I can get it in the right place now. And I'm going to place that just below. And then I'm going to layer the other scrap paper that was from the kit also below it with the stamped sentiment hooray. So this card could kind of go for any occasion. Celebration, congratulations, birthday. I wanted to keep it versatile. And gonna stick that down. Did I say that already? Yeah, just overlapping the other beautiful paper. And I like how each of these papers, the scrap ones, have gold accents, so it really brings out the gold in the die cut medallions. And then there are sequins that come in the kit as well. Some of them are like iridescent, and then there's also white ones. So I picked out the white ones, and I'm going to adhere them just below, 3 of them. Just below there as a little accent, little bling down there. And then that's the end of card number 2. So, and I love how that turned out as well. On to card number 3. Oh, this might be one of my favorites. I love the blues. So, you see I have, and this one's going to be landscape orientation. I've cut a card panel from the Navy cardstock, and this is just smaller than the card front. It leaves maybe an 1/8 of an inch border around. It's a die I have that is, yeah, just smaller. So it leaves a little sliver of white. And then I cut a die cut rectangle of that blue and white flourish paper. Love that paper. And that's just smaller than the Navy panel. And I'm going to place that centered on top of the Navy. And that kind of brings, I had these blues, turquoise, and white theme going on for the color theme. And so I've got all those colors in the background with the white card, the Navy panel, and then the blue and white and turquoise flourish paper. And then you'll see the die cuts, or the dies again, from the kit that came in the kit. And this is the smallest flower, I believe, yes. And then I've layered it, the navy, the turquoise, and then there's some centers that come with the die also, and I've got the white center. I've mounted up this larger flower on mounting tape, and then the medium flower is going to go flat. And you see, I set that larger flower down, but I didn't stick it down yet, because I want to get my items that are going flat down, but I want to be able to put them in the right place, and so yeah, I have it sitting there to help me know where to put things. So there's this flourish, and that I've cut out in white, and I cut 2 of those out, and then again I cut 2 of the leaves. And there's a separate die for the veining inside the leaf, and so I cut that out in the turquoise and laid it in, like paper pieced it in the middle, and that's why you'll see I have the tape, the double-sided tape on the back of that leaf. That way it kind of holds that the veining, the turquoise, in place as well. And so I'm going to place that down underneath and kind of finagle. I used just white glue for the white one so that I can move it around, and that worked great. Even though the double stick tape works great, sticks really well, although sometimes I do try to pull it up, and yeah, it's not as forgiving as the glue, I should say. So here's another one of the flourish there, and then the other leaf, and you can see how I use the tape to hold those pieces together there. And I think that I didn't get the tape as centered, so I put a little glue to keep things where I want them to be there. This beautiful die comes in the kit too. It's 3 dies actually. There's that one, then that one, and that one. And it makes those buds, I guess? I don't know. And so I was able to use the 3 colors, the navy, the turquoise, and the white in that one die. And then I used a die. Here I'm putting the mounted flower down. I used a die from a previous Spellbinders kit, this lovely. I cut it out. Actually, I cut it out 4 times. I was going to do it just in white, so I cut 2 in white and glued them together. But then I wanted a layered look, so I cut one out in turquoise and I cut one out in navy as well, and I was trying to do kind of a shadow thing. I think it kind of worked. It's not perfect, but look how that turned out. I really like that card. And now, what are we on? 4? Yes, card number 4. Lost track. So this beautiful paper, I loved it, but I wasn't sure what to do with it at first. And so I've cut out kind of the center of it, a panel. And again, I think this one is just slightly, yeah, this is the one that's ever so slightly smaller, leaving a tiny little white border. And I really like how this turned out. I used a strip of the lighter pink cardstock. And I'm going to get my ruler out here and tell you it is about 1¼ inches. So, because I never remember these things, but yeah. And then it's the entire width of the card. So what is that? 4¼ or something like that. Yeah. And then this one is just under 3/4 of an inch wide. And it was that pink paper that's got gold speckle to it that I'm going to layer on top of the pink strip of paper, overlapping slightly. And you can see I put my die cut sentiment there. It's on mounting tape, but I just wanted to set it there to figure out where I'm going to put it. Now this little strip of gold, I love using about 1/4 inch strip of gold to separate elements and just tie them together. So I'm going to use that right in the center there and bring those. I love how it brings it all together. And then the Sweet Memories, that's the die cut sentiment, comes in the kit. There are 2 of them. I believe I used both of them. I think there might be one on another card. This is a chipboard sticker. Good company, and I am going to place it onto the gold paper, which I sort of cut out already, but I'm going to refine my cut. I like to kind of demo these chipboard stickers. They come on clear backing, so I cut the backing paper without taking the sticker off and then hold it where I want it to be, and that's what I did there. And so I'm just finishing the trimming of that edge to make it a little more elegant, and that is going to go right in the center at the top, and that completes card number 4. I finagle with it a bit because I wanted it just perfectly centered. And what do you think? I think it's pretty nice how it turned out. So card number 5 is an interesting idea that I had, and unfortunately I lost some of the footage, so you'll see a jump there. This is the panel that I made out of the light pink cardstock, and you see the stamping there. This picture here shows how I did the stamping. I used washi because otherwise I'd never get a straight line. You could do like a pencil line maybe, and then I stamped the hearts across there, and I like how that turned out. And so I think this is about where, oh, there's it on the stamp set there. So I'm going to put down the card panel shortly after this is where I lost the footage. My phone died, and yep, I didn't notice for a few seconds, but yeah, so I'm putting, that's a full, yeah, that's where I lost the footage. That's a full, what do you call it? The full size of the card, the panel. So what I'm saying here is how I cut out this portion of that pink gold speckled, it's got gold speckles, light pink paper, and I cut it out to this shape that was left there, and then glued down these 2 firework die cut images. And the third firework, the one in yellow, I have mounted up. I'm going to place it in the center. And I also use this beautiful, colorful hearts die cut that I placed down below. And I love how that turned out. Then there's this die cut sentiment, celebrate life. It's got the yellow, it's got the blue. I'm going to place it right there in between. And just, I love how this turned. It's a real different one. I haven't seen any ideas like that. So, yeah. How about card number 6? Okay. The llamas. This is all about the llamas. And I did love this, the colors, the tassel color die, and then this strip color paper, and then I'm taking this yellow pattern paper, which I thought looked great, and it's so cheerful. I'm doing kind of a birthday card here, I think. So I've cut this, and I think the ruler comes back at some point to show what size this is. Maybe right now. Yeah? Yes. And let's see, that's about 3 inches, was it? And by 5. So 3 by 5. And then this one is 1.5. And I'm going to, and looking back, I could have made it thinner maybe 1.25, but I'm going to place that over, and it overlaps the yellow. That way, you know, it doesn't have to be lined up perfectly. Straight edge, no. So yeah. And then we have the tassels, these colorful tassels. That just says party to me. Colorful tassels. I mean, these colors were fun and made me think of a party. And of course, there was that cake die cut, which is total birthday fun there, I think. So I'm going to place that down at the top. And let's celebrate the llamas. Aren't they adorable? I can't see them and not smile. So I hope that you enjoyed the llamas too if you got this kit. I'm setting them down, and I'm showing you, I put the mounting tape on the cake, and so I gotta set the cake down to see where I put the llamas. I don't know if anybody else is as visual as I am, but yeah, I need the cake down there, or else I'm probably gonna put the llama in the wrong place, and then, yeah, it's a mess. So definitely the cake's hanging out so I can get the llamas in the right place, and they are just having a great time. at this birthday party. So then let's put the cake down. And as you could probably see, I use every little bit of the mounting tape that comes in the kit. Just chop it up, and it's great that way. I love that there's no waste. So the Celebrate die also came from a previous Spellbinders card kit. Was it last month or the month before? I'm not sure. And I cut it out of the gold cardstock, and I'm going to put it right above the llamas. Now, there was a stamp I think I showed. It says celebration, but I wanted celebrate. So I did that, and that works for me. So there it is. This is it. Cute little birthday card, I think, and love it. On to card number 7, which is another one I absolutely love this watermelon paper. And I loved this wood grain paper. And when I figured out I could use them together, it was wonderful. So I have cut, I believe, was that the width? Yes, the complete width of the card panel there. And I have this stitch die that cuts it. And what I did was use it twice to cut it smaller, but sometimes it cuts a little bit off. I'm not sure if that's making sense, but you'll see in a minute what problem I had with that, but I fixed it. So I'm going to use the top, 2/3 is the watermelons, and then I put the wood paneling section down below, and you'll see when I'm placing it down that it rips up the edge. Watch that. Oh, there it goes. So, oops, what do we do? Well, let's just glue it down. And nobody notices. It's still got the stitched look, but yeah, that's what happened there. And yeah, just roll with it. So, I love the little watermelons. I'm going to lay one down flat, kind of in the center, and take the other one and put mounting tape. And then I have this die cut that says, let's get together. I'm going to lay that down flat. And let's put this watermelon down first. And then there's a chipboard sticker, the heart, that says, loving this. Once I get my watermelon down, so you see where I'm kind of putting this heart there on the side. Now, I still haven't decided if you always need extra adhesive on the chipboard stickers or not. So sometimes, most of the time, I add a little extra just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. That's what I'm doing here. I think there is one card that I didn't add any extra, and I guess I'll find out if the stickers come off. So the let's get together is going to go down there. And then this is a die cut heart, and I'm going to stick it there. Then there's a chipboard heart, sticker heart. I'm going to stick it right there, and a tiny little gold chipboard heart, which I will stick right here. And there's gold on the loving this, so that kind of goes with that. Yeah, what do you think? I love how that turned out. Card number 8, and that die cut, let's get together, it shows up again, right next. I didn't plan it that way. So there were so many paper, I keep saying I love this paper, but I really love that colorful pink background paper. It's got like colorful lights, and it kind of has like a black accent, but we didn't really have any black paper in the kit, but the wood grain, it's dark, and it's like a black wood, so I thought this goes great. I think I just showed you the measurements. I didn't see them, so hopefully you did, or can pause it to see those if you're interested in that. And I'm going to place this down below, and I'm covering the whole card front here. No white edges. And again, that's, what, 1/4 inch, roughly, of the gold. I find it's easier with the liquid glue, because otherwise, I don't think I could get it straight. Then I can kind of move it around. It gives me time. That's why I do that with the small strips there. So I love this colorful little guitar here. Oh, and here's where I remembered I was going to put this food tray only partially down. So, to solve that problem, I just score it with my fingernail there and trim it with my scissors, because I wanted it coming out at an angle, and I could not get that wood grain paper back up because of the double-sided tape, so that worked. So if you were going to recreate this card, I suggest waiting to fully adhere that wood grain paper down. But, you could do it the way I did it there and just trim it off, which also worked. So we're going to glue down this die cut of the barbecue and the skewered sausage or hot dog, whatever you want to call that. And I wanted some of the cheese to show behind on the tray, so I'm kind of finagling it. And then I think, I used the double-sided tape on the guitar. I'm going to put that right here. Move it a little bit. See, sometimes you can move it, but then there's the chipboard sticker. Awesome. And That goes just below the guitar there. Get that just where I want it. And looks like I used mounting tape for this time on the Let's Get Together. Can you tell what I've been thinking about? Let's get together. Yeah. I want to get together with people, but it's not time yet. So card 9 is another birthday card. This was beautiful white paper with a diamond pattern. And again, I was like, oh, I want to use that, but it seemed like I had a hard time figuring out what to use it for. So I cut this panel that is, it's got like 1/4 inch edges maybe. Then there's this die cut sentiment, Best Day, that's white and gold. I've cut a tiny, 2 inches by 3, just over 3 inches, stitched rectangle here. And I'm going to put that not in the center. Now this is something I'm not sure about afterwards. Should I have centered it? Let me know what you think in the comments. But I put it a little bit to the right. And I don't even know why. I think maybe because the Best Day is so big and thought it would anchor it. Then there's this die cut here. It's a rectangle gold with white circles. Kind of reminds me of like a lighted mirror or something. Yeah. And then I took another firework and it just looked celebratory. I put that down flat in the corner. And I put mounting tape for the Best Day, so that's going to pop out. And whoops, excuse me, hit my microphone there. The birthday cake I'm going to mount up. That's the second die cut of the birthday cake. So there's a couple things I used twice. And I'm going to put it in the center there. So yeah, now I'm like, oh, I want to move it over a little bit. So let me know what you think. That was card number 9. Finally, card number 10. It's going to be kind of another get-together barbecue card. I've got this navy card panel. This is the full size of the card front. And it's my stitched rectangle die, and I ran out of some tape there. And then also I decided to use some white glue just to, I think my card panel was a little warped and I wanted it to stick down well. So that's why I did that differently with that one. Place that down there, and then I've already stuck these other 2 patterned papers together. I have these 2, maybe they're 3x4. I'm not sure what size they are exactly, but they're this rectangle I like to use to stagger them diagonally. So I've already stuck them together. Oh, here I am showing you. Yeah, 4.5 by 3, is that it? Take that tape off, and I'm going to place those down in the center. So I really liked the house paper. I really liked the barbecue paper. They're both kind of busy, but I figured out a way to make them work together on this card, and I like how it turned out. And the houses are more of an accent. They're kind of in the background, but yeah. So there's this die cut. It says Better Days Are Coming. They're called Saturday and Sunday, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I covered it up with the calendar. Then I have It's All Good pennant there, and I'm going to take this chipboard barbecue sticker. And this is the card I didn't glue it down on, so we'll see how this survives, huh? And I think I hemmed and hawed about the sausage there and wasn't sure about it right then. So I'm going to stick down the sentiment. Better Days Are Coming. And then there's a calendar that has Monday through Friday. I don't know why it doesn't have the weekend, but... And I'm going to take the You Are Invited sticker, chipboard sticker, placing that on the calendar. And the Nom Nom Nom. And this card's kind of like a... We can't plan it right now, but we're going to plan it in the future kind of party card, I think. It's all good. You're invited. Better days are coming. So basically, let's have a party when there's not the risk of sickening anyone. And then I finally decided, yes, I want that little hot dog sausage on the card. And that's it. That's the last card. And we'll just take a little quick view of them again. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you got some great ideas. Thanks for watching. Bye!